I'm just keenly observing. I'm taking a step back, enjoying this review session, and enjoying sharing my thoughts for the budget. Okay. So it is shifted. I think some news which the market is not happy about. That's why the auction is getting down. So the auction is rejected. So now selling is present. So VWAP has now acted as the resistance level. So we'll just check on the order flow chart. India. So let me refresh this. So VWAP is still acting. Okay, so auction is now trying to reverse. So earlier who were trying to go long, right now, they are now trying to exit. That is what is happening. This reaction is weak, then the auction will again try to enter yesterday's range. So that is what we have to observe. Either we are seeing continuation or rejection. Okay, that is what we need to observe. At 12:04 p.m. and market is still below the VWAP and it has entered the half back level. Now the stops are getting triggered. Okay, so the stops have been cleared now. So let me remove this. Okay, the stops have been triggered and now it is trying to enter into the single print zones. So is there any announcement? Okay, my news feed is not getting updated. That's fine. Time is still 12:05, but the market has shown the knee-jerk reaction. So now the stops which are around the highs and the lows are still pending. So let's see which way the auction goes, whether it reverses or whether it, goes and hits the lows. Okay, so now you see it is trying to reach the single print zone. It is trying to go down. So higher the odds. So from the order flow chart, yes. So now the momentum sellers will try to step in. And so the weaker reference, so the open, so this was the data point which I shared in the start, so that has got cleared. Okay, wherein the open and the B period low, were exactly at the same reference level. So this has been cleared. Now let me remove this and let's see what happens now. Is there any Is there any announcement? Okay, there is something regarding railways. So trains like Tejas Express, high-speed trains, Ahmedabad, Mumbai. The Ahmedabad, Mumbai will be pretty good. I travel a lot to Ahmedabad and Bombay a lot. It will be very helpful from me. By the way, I'm from a city called Baroda or Vadodara. If you don't know about the city, that's where our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi fought for this fought from here. And I was lucky that I was able to vote for him. Okay, yeah, so Bangalore Suburban Rail. Okay, so setting up a large solar power capacity, station redevelopment programs. So market is not interested in all this. That's why we are seeing a rejection. And the sharp downfall is nothing but the weak player. They are just trying to get out. So this was the tight range, this, and that's what we are seeing rejection. Or the reaction is what I mean. By the way, I'm not a market profile expert. I am learning it day by day. So the focus of what I have is, I'm trying to develop that eye, and I'm trying to develop my own methodology. Because as a trader, you cannot follow, or I would say it's pretty easy to learn, but it's very hard to implement. Okay, you will only able to achieve success when you're able to define your own methodology, or your own trading style. Then only it will be helpful. Okay. So yeah, so I'm using market profile to first basically just understand the markets, and I also use another tool called central pivot range, or CPR, for timing my trades. Okay, but overall 9, 5, 2, 8. Yeah, sorry, I'm just logging into the. I'll just show you the CPR tool. I'm just logging into my TradingView. Nifty. Okay, so this is what I meant by the CPR, the trade timing tool. Okay, so on the left is Nifty and on the right is Bank Nifty. So if you see the CPR, the blue lines are the CPR, and that's where we saw a rejection. This black line is the 200 moving average, and this blue and green are nothing but the 8 EMA, 20 EMA. So from the CPR, what we are seeing is, S1 and S2, so weekly S2, so they were acting as strong support. So this, if I traded with CPR, this give me an indication that these are a strong support zone. So I can go long, keeping target of maybe the blue line or this line. So these are the trading levels. And if you follow price action, so this was a big, massive red candle, and that's where the rejection is seen. And after this rejection, the option is just going down. Okay, so this is in Nifty, whereas in Bank Nifty, the same scenario. But I think later I'll explain this in my workshops, which I conduct for my students. So I'll explain this later. But in the meantime, let's quickly look at what's happening using market profile chart. So one time framing down, so one time framing up, followed by one time framing down is happening. And there are some news about airports. So yesterday I was in Goa for 1 week, and sorry to say, but the Airport of Goa, even though they are still developing, it's not up to the mark, up to the standards. So the UDAN scheme, I think it will help a lot. I think the upgradation of the airports is very much needed. Setting up data centers is also very needed because IT sector. So the technology is investment from the government is still missing. So that I'm still proposing. That I'm still looking forward for it to show some good direction or good actions. Nothing much. I think we are still waiting for the. But market is, so there is a sort of rejection, and that's what's happening. So let's see where the stops will get hunted. So it is already trading below previous day low, indicating low buying confidence, and sellers are currently active. Nothing much. I'm just waiting. So the time is 12:13 p.m. IST. So guys, in the meantime, if you have any questions, please do put it in the chat window. I'll be able to address them. I think everyone is busy trading. Okay, so now the knee-jerk reaction has started. Market is trying to go down. Let's see the momentum sellers. So a lot of momentum sellers are present. So rejection from the VWAP. So let me refresh this. So yeah, so a lot of emotional selling is happening. Nothing much. Okay, so something has come up, some new sentiment now. So the stops, I think the stops which are built around the lows is what will be getting triggered. So some news announcement. So what is that news announcement? Okay, nothing much. Okay, so there is a technology announcement. We're going to start analytics IoT AI. I think that's pretty good. Gram Panchayat level fiber to home through BharatNet. I think that is also good. This is also good policy. Now the time is 12:15, and if you see poor low are getting formed, and the auction is trying to reach above, but this is also from, so this is also an intraday reference level, a data point. So I'm expecting it to go below and clear, hit this is what I'm expecting. So let's see. What is the volume? Let me just check. Volumes are good, 4,000, 1,000, and now the volume is dried up. Okay, so higher the odds that the poor lows, of the current TPO and the previous TPO will be cleared. So just waiting, watching. Good short opportunity here. be just on mute, and let me just quickly prepare tea, and I'll just have a sip of tea, and yeah, so I'll be on mute. So just do observe what's happening and see whether this is happening or whether the stops are getting cleared or not. Just wait and watch. So still waiting, sipping tea, hot cup of tea, and still waiting. We're already at 2 hours and 20 minutes of the session. Yeah. So the poor lows are still intact. So yeah, again the auction is neither going high nor going low. So higher the odds that the low will be getting triggered or getting cleared. Yeah. So now one more data point has developed, that is this halfback level, and it is also getting cleared. So let me remove that. Okay, we still have this level open. Positive news is still coming up. Okay, so the central debt, government debts, it's come down to 48.7% from 52. Okay, so 5% is the reduction in debt. I think that's why we are seeing this up move. Okay, but still, market is still trading in the low buying confidence. Not a good sign again, where the halfback level is still intact. More news on tourism. They are going to invest in setting up museums. That's fine, but yeah, I think they need to focus also on the coastal part, because coastal, I think India has the longest coastal line, but yeah, I'm not an expert. So let's see. So, nothing much. So the auction is still higher. Auction is not clearing the poor lows, so this increases the odds. I think emotional buyers are still trying to take in control. They are still trying to buy high. So the time is 12:30 p.m. Nothing much. So the halfback line POC is still below yesterday's low. Not a good sign. Okay, now it's trying to go above VWAP, and we are seeing a sort of rejection. So environment budget is right now we are talking about. Let me just go back. Yes. So it is again above the VWAP. And we also seeing rejection from the yesterday's low. So again, not a good sign. So again, it is trying to reach 11,986 level. Okay, so I think there is a news announcement regarding wealth creators. So I think they are going to help them. So I don't know how, but it's the new sentiment. Okay, it's trying to trade high. And again, it went down. So again, Try to enter yesterday's range, and again it's showing rejection. Okay, so nothing much. Again, the stops are still intact. The power low is still intact. Okay, so now again it is seeing rejection from the VWAP. Okay, so nothing much. Nothing much. Again, the confidence shifts lower for the sellers. So the buying is not that great. So the news about tax harassment is going on. Okay, so they are planning to put it in a law. I think that is not accepted by the market. That's why we are seeing sharp rejection. So let's see. At what is happening in Bank Nifty. Okay, Bank Nifty again, the PPOP rejection is still in play, and it's trying to enter the single prints. Any news sentiment? So the time is 12:38 p.m. IST. Nothing much. I'm just waiting for the tax numbers, tax cuts. So let's see. Auction has slowly started to go down. So 950. Okay, so it's a lot of wild moves are happening. So it is trading around the half back level. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. So I'm just waiting for this forward low to get clear. Again, so it's below the half back level. Okay, it's still trading sideways. Again, it is going up above the half back level. So is there any news announcement? I don't know. See, again, it is developing sideways. So nothing much. So that is a rejection of 200 MA. That's good. So time is 12:42 p.m. IST, and 3 more minutes will be seeing one more period, one more TPO to get in. And so finance minister is sharing about stable government, stable business environment is key. Yeah, that's pretty key. Yeah, it's all. So we are all. She's not sharing the right numbers. We're again beating around the bush. I'm just waiting for the numbers. So the VWAP is still acting as a rejection. Yeah, budget allocation for JNK and Ladakh. Okay, so that's good. Again, the option has reached the half back level. Okay, so we are all nothing. So we're still beating around the bush. Nothing much. No clarity yet. So earlier, what happened is everyone was going long. Now everyone is trying to go short. Okay, so that is what is happening. So stops are again getting built both around the highs and lows. The Hoover low is still intact. It is not yet cleared. So 3.5 crores, I don't think infusion. Okay, where is it? This news18.com is not reliable. So 3.5 crore of infusion in the PSU sector. 3.5 crores is not a big amount compared to 30,000 crores or 5,000 crores, which are for the JNK development. Okay, so insurance covered from 1 lakh to 5 lakh. Okay, that is good. That is pretty good for the safe deposit for the FDs. I think that is pretty good. So we have got one more halfback reference level getting formed. So will this hold or not? Let's see. So the insurance coverage has increased from 1 lakh to 5 lakh. Still the market is showing low buying confidence, high selling confidence. So I think now the numbers are trying to come up, trying to step in. So the halfback level has cleared. So let me remove it. So again around 950 levels, it is going above. The power low is still intact. Okay. So the time is 12:47 p.m. IST, and yeah. So Nitish, higher the odds that short side can happen the market, but if you see we are still in the single print, so even I am looking forward to because first data point is we are still below the POC. Wherever the auction goes here, sellers are trying to step in. So it is still showing me high selling confidence, and I'm still hoping. I would say not hoping is not the right word, but from the probability perspective, odds-based thinking perspective, we are seeing a PPOC rejection. The DPOC, developing point of control rejection. There is data point one. Second thing is we have a poor low, and that these two lows are poor, so that is data point two. And third thing is there are stops which are built here, and plus this is a single print zone. Okay, so higher the odds that the low or stops which are built around the lows will be getting cleared more. So again we are seeing sideways balancing, sideways activity. So let's look at Bank Nifty. Did the announcement from 1 lakh to 5 lakh. It's not created a major reaction. It is still trading in a sideways mode, in a sideways fashion. So 11,950 is broken. Now we are below that. So 11,950 is again acting as a psychological reference level. 11,947, 945, again 948. We are still trading below VWAP, so selling is still strong. So okay, so market has now started to go down. 935, 936. So looks like the odds of getting the poor low clear is pretty high. The Nifty spot chart is again going down. It's 932 and 942. So it's a 10-point premium, which is being played between futures and the spot. So we are again below the 950 level. So on the Nifty spot chart, so let me share it with you. What is happening? So this is the Nifty spot chart, and if you see the previous month low, so it is below the previous day low. So and it's right now finding support around previous month low. Okay, so then there is a rejection in Bank Nifty. There is a rejection, but yeah, so I'll share it. I'll share this to my students. Okay, so now downfall will start, and I think there would be some announcement. Okay, fiscal deficit target has been revised. Okay, so now the downfall has started. So from 3.8 it has revised to 3.5. So that's not a good target. And I think pretty clear will be clearing the poor lows. Will it clear? Again, at the same reference level is where visual reference where buyers are trying to step in. Let's look at order flow. Okay, so I think it has cleared. And then we'll be seeing a high tempo. So let's see. Let's observe. So let me remove these things. See, we saw a high tempo, and that is what I was expecting. And now whoever was long here, they will be exiting their positions now, and will be clearing the stops which are built around the
high volume Bank Nifty.
So Bank Nifty has fallen. Nifty, yes. So now the stops are getting triggered. So that's why I shared don't trade. Yeah, so the stops have been already triggered. The stops have been hunted. So this is cleared. So 11,900 was a psychological reference level wherein the stops has been cleared. And if we look at, so let me clear all this and let's quickly look at the order flow chart. And if you observe, so 6,000 contracts, momentum selling is coming in. And if you look at Bank Nifty has seen a massive down move. So yeah, this was a very massive down move. Okay, so Bank Nifty has already cleared the stops. And was there any announcement? I think it was mainly, so the time is 12:54. I'm not seeing anything on the news feed apart from the fiscal deficit target, which has been revised from 3.8 to 3.5. So government to list LIC on stock exchanges. So Life Insurance Corporation of India, I think that's a big move. So whoever is invested in LIC, I think it's a good sign. So insurance sector, I think it's for the next decade is what Rakesh Jhunjhunwala sir also shared, that I think for the next coming from 2020 to 2030, for the next 10 years, insurance sector is, one of the area, which he sees very bullish. So I think with this government move of listing LIC on stock exchanges is a nice move. And again, some more downfall is pretty clear. I'm observing some more downfall. Okay, so I'm just replying to Nitish. Shorts were triggered, and this is how market profile gives me an edge, provides me an edge. So generally, what I do is whenever I'm taking such sessions, I do not trade. So see, I can either trade or I can either teach. I cannot do both. So if I do both, then I screw up everything. So that's why if I'm not sharing anything, that means that I'm busy trading. And if I'm sharing, that means I'm not trading anything. Okay. So today I had not taken any positions. I have not taken any trades. But if I had taken, so that's always if and but. But this was a good move. Good 124 points move. But I always stay away from the event days. Okay, so let me remove that reference line. And this is the reference line. So let me also remove this. And now we are seeing again follow through to the downside. Let me go to the time is 12:57 again. So the one time framing up. So basically one time framing up followed by one time framing down. So this is a complete auction. The market always goes higher to find sellers. The market always goes lower to find buyers. Okay. So in Nifty, we had a good auction, good trade facilitation. There would be some news. So my news feed, let me check Bloomberg. So Tata Motors has already slipped down 171.
Accordingly, the return path is being laid before the Parliament and the medium term as a part of the medium term fiscal policy strategy statement. This fiscal path commits us to the path of fiscal consolidation without compromising the needs of investment of public funds. Accordingly, net market borrowing for the year 2019-20 would be 4.99 lakh crores, and for the year 2020-21 it would be 5.36 lakh crores. A good part, this is very important, sir, a good part of the borrowings of the financial year 2020-21 would go towards.
Okay, sorry, I was listening to the news. Ideally, you should not do that while you're trading. or else it will screw up your trade plan. So always trade with a plan. As today I'm not trading. Yeah, so nothing much.
High volume Nifty.
So Nifty is again going down. So I think they're not happy. The market is not happy. And will it reach the 200 EMA? So where is this level? So let me go to the left. Okay, so oh, sorry, I pressed F5. I wanted to press F6. So this is the point of control. This level, and so this is nothing but the 11th December low and the 9th December low. So we are again. So there will be. So it stopped exactly around the 11th December low, and now buyers are trying to step in. So nominal GDP growth at 10%. So 10% is actually pretty good numbers. But I think that was the knee-jerk reaction. So this was nothing but the stop hunting which happened. And I think we are already 3 hours in the session. So now the liquidity crunch has cleared, and now the option will be trading sideways, and it will be trading in a balance. So the point of control will be acting as the strong resistance level. So with that, I'll be ending this session. So if you have any doubts or any questions, please do let me know, if you have. And so I'm ending today's session, and thank you everyone for taking your time out and, and then joining the session. And please do reach out to me, and, I would like to thank you all. So with that, I'm ending the session, and I would say thank you, and, take care. And I think let's catch up on Monday and see how the auction develops. Yeah, bye. Thank you. Yeah, bye for now.